Curtis James Jackson III, born July 6, 1975, known professionally as 50 Cent, is an American rapper, actor, television producer, and businessman. Born in South Jamaica, a neighborhood of Queens, Jackson began pursuing a musical career in 1996. In 1999 to 2000, he recorded his debut album Power of the Dollar for Columbia Records. However, he was struck by 9 bullets during a shooting in May 2000, causing its release to be cancelled and Jackson to be dropped from the label. His 2002 mixtape, Guess Who's Back?, was discovered by Detroit rapper Eminem, who signed Jackson to his label Shady Records, an imprint of Dr. Dre's Aftermath Entertainment and Interscope Records that same year. His debut studio album, Get Rich or Die Tryin', 2003, was released to critical acclaim and commercial success. Peaking atop the Billboard 200, it spawned the Billboard Hot 100 #1 singles, In the Club and 21 Questions, featuring Nate Dogg, and received non-Opal Platinum certification by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA. That same year, he launched the record label G-Unit Records, namesake of a hip-hop group he formed 2 years prior. The label's initial signees were its members, fellow East Coast rappers Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo. His second album, The Massacre, 2005, was met with similar success and supported by his third #1 single, Candy Shop, featuring Olivia. He adopted a lighter, further commercially oriented approach for his third and fourth albums, Curtis, 2007, and Before I Self-Destruct, 2009, both were met with critical and commercial declines, and aimed for a return to his roots with his fifth album, Animal Ambition, 2014. He has since focused on his career in television and media, having executive produced and starred in the television series Power, 2014 to 2020, as well as its numerous spin-offs under his company G-Unit Films and Television Inc. Jackson has sold over 30 million albums worldwide and won several awards, including a Grammy Award, a Primetime Emmy Award, 13 Billboard Music Awards, 6 World Music Awards, 3 American Music Awards and 4 BET Awards. In his acting career, Jackson first starred in the semi-autobiographical film Get Rich or Die Tryin', 2005, which was critically panned. He was also cast in the war film Home of the Brave, 2006, and the crime thriller Righteous Kill, 2008. Billboard ranked Jackson as 17th on their 50 Greatest Rappers list in 2023, and named him the 6th top artist of the 2000s decade. Rolling Stone ranked Get Rich or Die Tryin' and In the Club in its lists of the 100 Best Albums of the 2000s and 100 Best Songs of the 2000s at numbers 37 and 13, respectively. Early life. Jackson was born in the borough of Queens, New York City, and raised in its South Jamaica neighborhood by his mother Sabrina. Sabrina, a drug dealer, raised Jackson until she died in a fire when Jackson was 8 years old. Jackson revealed in an interview that his mother was a lesbian. After his mother's death and his father's departure, Jackson was raised by his grandparents. He began boxing at about age 11, and when he was 14, a neighbor opened a boxing gym for local youth. When I wasn't killing time in school, I was sparring in the gym or selling crack on the strip, Jackson remembered. He sold crack during primary school. I was competitive in the ring and hip-hop is competitive too. I think rappers condition themselves like boxers, so they all kind of feel like they're the champ. At age 12, Jackson began dealing narcotics when his grandparents thought he was in after-school programs, and brought guns and drug money to school. In the 10th grade, he was caught by metal detectors at Andrew Jackson High School. I was embarrassed that I got arrested like that. After I got arrested I stopped hiding it. I was telling my grandmother, openly, I sell drugs. On June 29, 1994, Jackson was arrested for selling 4 vials of cocaine to an undercover police officer. He was arrested again 3 weeks later, when police searched his home and found heroin, 10 ounces of crack cocaine, and a starting pistol. Although Jackson was sentenced to 3 to 9 years in prison, he served 6 months in a boot camp and earned his GED. He has said that he did not use cocaine himself. Jackson adopted the nickname 50 Cent as a metaphor for change. The name was inspired by Kelvin Martin, a 1980s Brooklyn robber known as 50 Cent. Jackson chose it because it says everything I wanted to say. I'm the same kind of person 50 Cent was. I provide for myself by any means. Personal life. 50 Cent has said his life philosophy, following his shooting, is, when your time comes, you go. I think that comes from God. Despite having numerous songs that reference drug and alcohol usage and his ownership of Branson Cognac, Jackson remains teetotal, citing a bad experience with alcohol as his main reason. Forbes noted Jackson's wealth in 2007, ranking him second behind Jay-Z in the rap industry. He lived in a Farmington, Connecticut, mansion formerly owned by ex-boxer Mike Tyson. Jackson listed the mansion for sale in 2007 at $18.5 million to move closer to his son, who lived on Long Island at the time. In 2019, the mansion was sold for $2.9 million, with $1 million being donated to tax-deducted charities. The mayor of Bridgeport, Connecticut, declared October 12, 2007, 50 Cent Curtis Jackson Day, honoring the rapper with a proclamation and a key to the city. One of Jackson's New York homes, purchased in January 2007 for $2.4 million and the center of a lawsuit between Jackson and Shaniqua Tompkins, caught fire on May 31, 2008, while he was filming in Louisiana. In December 2008, he told the Canadian press that he had lost several $1 million in the stock market and, unable to sell his Connecticut mansion, had postponed before I self-destruct because of the economic downturn. Jackson won a lawsuit in November 2009 against Taco Bell over the fast food chain's use of his name without permission. Legal issues. On June 29, 1994, Jackson was arrested for selling 4 vials of cocaine to an undercover police officer. He was arrested again 3 weeks later, when police searched his home and found heroin, 10 ounces of crack cocaine in the starter's pistol. Although Jackson was sentenced to 3 to 9 years in prison, he served 6 months in a boot camp, where he earned his high school equivalency diploma. According to him, he did not use cocaine. Family and relationships. On October 13, 1996, Jackson's girlfriend, Shaniqua Tompkins, gave birth to son Marquise. Tompkins later sued Jackson for $50 million in 2009, saying he promised to take care of her for life. The suit, with 15 causes of action, was dismissed by a judge who called it an unfortunate tale of a love relationship gone sour. The two have bickered for years, and have even taken their feud to social media many times. Marquise's birth changed Jackson's outlook on life. When my son came into my life, my priorities changed, because I wanted to have the relationship with him that I didn't have with my father. He credited his son for inspiring his career and being the motivation to go in a different direction. Despite this, the two have endured a fractured relationship that began when Jackson and Tompkins separated in 2008. Their feud has been taken to social media numerous times, including in 2020 when Jackson disclosed that he used to love his son. Jackson has a tattoo, Marquise, with an axe on his right biceps. The axe is "'cause I'm a warrior." I don't want him to be one, though, and has 50, Southside, and Cold World on his back. I'm a product of that environment. It's on my back, though, so it's all behind me. In 2003, Jackson briefly dated actress Vivica A. Fox. He broke up with her only 8 months later on the radio. Jackson dated model Daphne Joy and had his second son, Sire Jackson, with her, on September 1, 2012. At the age of 2 years, Sire modeled for Kids Safe, a headphone brand for kids, earning $700,000 through his contract.